Okay, we are looking at one question based on electrical circuits based on symmetry, right? So here we have a question says that if a wire has resistivity rho and cross-sectional area A, the equivalent resistance between P and Q is. So this is your NP, this is your NQ, and you have a circuit made of a wire of uniform thickness and resistivity rho. Okay, so the wire is divided into several segments. Here you can see we have a square section, correct? Inside this square section we have one more square section. Okay, so side of the square is L, correct? This is the midpoint of this whole side, so this side is also equal to L by 2, right? Now how much should be this side equal to? So if you apply Pythagoras theorem over here, then you will get that this is L by 2, this is L by 2, okay, and this angle is 90 degrees, so this side will be equal to L by root 2. Alright, now first of all let's find the resistance of this length L by 2. So for L by 2 length, resistance R will be rho into length by area. So length is L by 2 divided by area is capital A. So this is the resistance of the length L by 2. Okay, then what I can do is I can remove this part length over here and replace it with resistor R. Okay, so here I got resistance R, here also resistance R, here also R, this is R, and this way I found all the resistors R. But what about the inner square? So for this side L by root 2, what is its resistance equal to? So there we have to apply the proportionality, that resistance is proportional to length. So for L by 2 length, resistance is R. So for L by root 2 length, what is the resistance equal to? So R divided by L by 2 into L by root 2, so that will come out to be equal to R times root 2. Okay, so we remove this length and instead put the resistors over there. So here we get R root 2, here also we will get R root 2, similarly here also R root 2, and here also what do we have? R root 2. So we found all the resistors in our circuit. Okay, now we need to apply the symmetry concept. So between P and Q, you have symmetry about this green line. Okay, the section on the lower half is exactly identical as the section on the upper half. Then that means that this point will have same potential as this point. This point will have same potential as this point. This point will have same potential as this particular vertex. So the vertices with the same potential can be merged together. Okay, so I will merge this point with this point, this point with this point, and this section with this section. I will merge these points. Okay, then I'll redraw my circuit. Let's see what happens. So after folding the circuit about the green line, this is what I obtained, right? But still I haven't drawn the values of resistors. We need to look at what is the value of resistor in the circuit. So observe something. This resistor and this resistor, they will come in parallel because you are taking this point corner and merging it with this corner. So this branch and this branch, they are getting parallel to each other now. So what do we get? Because R and R are in parallel, we could write down, we will have two branches. One branch we already have R, we are getting one more branch over there, R. Okay, similarly this branch will get in parallel with this one, because try to fold them. When you fold them, this corner X is getting over there with the other corner X, so this branch will get in parallel with this one. So same thing. So we already have one resistor R, then we get one more in parallel, R. Similarly here also we will get R, here also R, already we have R over here, here also R, correct? Now this branch of the circuit will merge with this branch. They will come in parallel. So here we have R root 2 and we put one more R root 2 here. Okay. What about this branch? The green line is dividing this branch into half. Okay. So its one end will now be open. So for this particular branch, now its one end is open. Here also we have one end open. So no current can flow through that branch. So we just need to erase them. Okay. So let's just remove them. We don't need them anymore. So this is your final circuit now. Okay. So let's redraw the circuit. We start from point P. Then we go over here. These two are in parallel, R and R. So we get R by 2. Okay. We go further. These two are in parallel. Again we get R by 2. Then we go downwards. So these two are in parallel. Again R by 2. Okay. And finally, as we go down, we get this branch again. So one more R by 2. Okay. And in the end, we reach the point Q. Correct? Now, for this branch, R root 2 and R root 2 are in parallel. So we get R root 2 divided by 2. So we could write over here, we will get R divided by root 2. So this is your new circuit now. Now we simplify the circuit further. Okay. So R by 2 and R by 2, they are in series. So resultant will be R. So let's just erase them and rewrite R over here. So I will get R. Now R and R by root 2 are in parallel. So what do we obtain? So R and R by root 2 in parallel will give you what? R into R by root 2 divided by R plus R by root 2. So that will come out to be equal to R by root 2 plus 1. So now again we can draw the circuit. P R by 2, then R by root 2 plus 1, again we have R by 2, and finally we reach the point Q. Correct? So in this circuit now all the three resistors are in series, so we just need to add them to obtain the final resultant resistance. So net resistance will now be what? It will be simply R by 2 plus R by root 2 plus 1 plus R by 2. Okay. So this is equal to R plus R by root 2 plus 1, and that will come out to be equal to, when you simplify this, R times 2 plus root 2 by 1 plus root 2. Okay. Now what is the value of R? That is equal to rho L by 2A. That's what we just need to put over here. So net resistance will be equal to rho L by 2 times area 2 plus root 2 divided by 1 plus root 2. This is your final answer. Clear?